Welcome to the tutorial about how to apply your layouts to your website. This is specifically for people who have an account on webs.com. So you want to put it on your home page and actually apply it to all of the pages that you have. But first you need to pick a layout. I am going to show you an example, not with Gaia, that's actually a different site, but with the ones that say website are the ones that you would use. You just select all and you copy it. And I'm going to make actually a test page because I don't want to mess with my actual layout of my home page and everything that I've done on that. So you paste the code into the big white box basically, and that is where you'll be making all of your adjustments. This, what I'm taking right here, is the title. Basically what that is, you know, at the top, like when you have the tabs and everything, it's what shows, you know, what your website name is or where you are looking at on the page. Let's pretend that you have a website named Fantasyland. Well, what you would want to do for another aspect of changing this to customize it for your own website is you want to put your actual website name right on the orange tab. So I'm highlighting that right now, and let's change it to Fantasyland. Obviously, there are other aspects about this that you can customize. For example, there's a navigation right under that, and you know, none of these right now are actual links. They just say website URL. That's where you put in the actual link. So if you have an account on webs.com and you have it called Fantasyland, then it would be fantasyland.webs.com. And you could have a number of other things besides a homepage, like the gallery and a calendar, a guest book. I'm also putting examples of like music and stories or whatever. You can have your website be obviously whatever you want it to be about, but make sure that when you are doing these layouts, you have the navigation be consistent on all of the pages, so it's not so confusing and it's not a mess or whatever. What you would probably do for that is make sure everything is picture perfect, and then copy it from there and put the specifics in the context box after that. So yeah, if you wanted to have a gallery, the smartest thing to do about that is just have it as fantasyland.webs.com/gallery.htm or calendar.htm for if calendar, you know. And that's just the easiest way to organize it. If you need to have subsections, you can put that obviously in a different folder, but you can literally copy the homepage name minus the index.htm, and you can paste that and just type in gallery.htm. And you know, if you have the slash in between them, then you're perfectly fine and it'll be a working link. But as for the actual context box, you probably don't want the entire alphabet right there. Here's an example that you could do, is to put upcoming updates. And you know, you could say that you're gonna have a guest book up and you're gonna have music up. Other things you're gonna do, you're gonna put up stories, but you also want suggestions. A useful thing that you can use the contact box for is on the home page. You can do it for news, and you can also do it to ask the users what they would like to see out of the site, and that will definitely help you get more viewers and definitely get you help on publicity. So that's about it for that. But I guess right now another thing that I want to show you how to do is multimedia. I have tutorials on my other website, Dokkan. You can actually find that by going to Goodies and Tutorial. And there's a drop-down list. There's many different things you could choose, like fonts and links, images, tables, videos, but right now we're going to choose music. So we go to that, and there's, you know, a mini tutorial, but you have a few different options for this. You can do background music, you can do a tiny little pause and play thing, and you can do a bigger one. Just for the size that the navigation is, I'm going to do a smaller one right now. So you paste in that code, taking out the meaningless words that say you can have stuff there. Yeah, you paste it there, but right now it shows up as a QuickTime icon. And you probably don't want it to do that because you can't actually play music like that. It's just an icon. How you fix that is you take the MIDI file. It says yourmusic.midi, or yeah, and you want to make it be an actual file. So you can't see right now, but what I was doing is I was taking the actual file that I had on Dokkan, which if you press the play button, it actually does play a song. So that's what I'm using, and that's how you get it to look how it should be with the play and a pause button. Simply what you need to do to get it to be the bigger one with more options, the bigger player, is you just need to change the dimensions. See, the smaller one has dimensions of 25 by 25. The width for this is 140, the height is 40. You just replace that. You know, you just make it bigger by those dimensions, and if you watch, it'll turn exactly what you want it to. So watch below, it turns to the larger one, and it plays the same way. It just has more options, like you can skip around more and change the volume or whatever. Another option you have for music is choosing whether or not it starts automatically when you go to the page. If it's the home page, I don't really know how convenient that would be, but you can also put videos. One of the easiest ways to do this is go to YouTube, and I'm going to find a funny video right now. This is my channel, actually. Iotsuka laughing. You can't hear it, but it made me laugh personally when I first heard it because it was totally unexpected. But either way, you can choose a video to put in there. There's different colors you can choose. Like right now I'm going to choose orange because that matches with the layout, and I'm going to post that inside of the table, inside of the font or whatever. If I do it before the font ends or the table ends, then it's not going to be in the right place. It's not going to look right after you type after it or whatever. What I'm doing is changing the size. So I'm taking out height altogether, and I'm just leaving width. It says width equals 480, but I'm changing the two options to 300. What I mean by two options is there's two different places where it says this size. So if you only change one, it's not going to be right. But I changed both to 300 and it works the same. It's just smaller and has the color. It's pretty easy. But I guess that's most of what I wanted to show you guys. I hope that all of this makes sense. I'm going to go over submissions later. But remember, every time that you make a page the way that you want to save it. I hope this has helped you and that you've enjoyed this tutorial. But as for, there is a hide button and a show button, you know, obviously it's going to be bigger if it's on show, and that's the default. So I just hope that you're aware of that. You can hide it if you want to, but people will have to be aware of that as well. But you can obviously choose a different layout or request a different one that you want for personal reasons or business reasons, and they're all right here convenient on Rainbow Graphix. If you have any comments or questions, please say so, and hope you've enjoyed your time. Thank you!